Hello and welcome. Time up, Mr. Smith's. No rental costs that are cheaper than they should be. Right, there are a couple I did say that I was going to cut. Those two there, I think they are. They're the ones that I missed yesterday. Let's do a bit. I love these wheels. They're absolutely amazing. Yes. You learn some things. Yes, those two there, I believe. Then we're going to go up to the top ridge line and clear that. Way. Yeah, I'm loving this. It is fantastic. It is like the Rotney. I did think it was. I looked at the head size of the picture and I thought, I'm sure that's going to be a monster that does the big trees, and it is. It is. This is equal to the Scorpion Kings that I'm used to. Quite right. Yeah. That's what we're bragging about. Getting the feel right. It is about that, yeah, it is. He says, still not in the right place. Still not quite. Yeah, I'm not. It does always help if you switch it on. That's why the claw's on there, Wally. Do you know? Always. To the right, I think. Oh, it's to the left, hold on. It is what it is, there's only two. I do love this. Anyway, I'm going to go into a time lapse because I've literally, I did a study yesterday, as I said in the end of yesterday's session. So I was going to get on with doing the other work because we have got a lot of tree going, and I thought, you've got the harvester. Get all of the cutting done and then it can go back, and then next session we can actually do that, and that is true. So I am going to say my words. We know what we've got to do. We've done everything down here bar the other side of the lake, that's where we're going next. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, that's that done. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Next session we're going to do a load up session, but I want it to be a proper load up session. And or do we leave that for if this turns into a full let's play? Yeah, this is this is the way I always do this. I thin a little bit to give a route for the lorries to get to. Otherwise, it becomes a nightmare. But yeah. Well, you risk, as I did one. Always listen to your inner voice. There was one where the log was on it, and my instinct was, no, don't. You're going to destroy the wood, and I didn't listen to the voice, and lo and behold, I destroyed a very good piece of wood. So yeah, there is always listen to that voice, because it's usually your experience trying to speak to you. So yeah, I didn't, and I paid the price. So yeah, apart from that though, it went very nicely. Say there's a lot that are way too close to wood where I'm going to risk damaging because of game mechanics, whereas in real life although to be honest, I think in real life you'd probably still clear wood to get to things like that. So I think you do a preliminary clear out to make your route good. I've always I have said this last session, always have a dilemma, what is the best way to do things? And I've left logs strewn everywhere, and I've left and each one teaches you a lesson, schools you on, like, no, that was a mistake. So you got to listen, and it's often faffing around. It is. There's no clear-cut things. Yeah, to get to these, I've got to go past bits of wood and stuff like that. But then if you clear a main route for the lorries, there's a good way for you to go, then that's all that really matters. Some good land here, there really is, and it's not all got sort of rock formations there. There's a few here. It's a shame, because this is the best bit of land. There's quite a few of these, 2 or 3 at least, yeah, in this area that sort of ruin it a little bit, which is a shame, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, we shall make use of it, we shall, whether it's little fields or not, or yeah, say there's, yeah, strewn all over the place. It's a shame. I could do what I did on Ernengrat though, and that's to raise the layer, but it costs a fortune to bring soil, but you've got to surround the entire area, massive area, to cover such a rock as that. So it's, yeah, a matter of cost. So would you do that? Well, you may. Depends on how good a farmer and how important it was for you. If it's going to break up a serious field and it's going to cost you 30 grand's worth of soil to cover that over, and it's going to make a bigger field, maybe it is. Yeah, it's one of those things, and it's a judgment call, and dependent upon how well you're doing. At the minute, we are at rock bottom when I consider what money we did have. But yeah, I mean, hire that. I thought it better to hire a piece of equipment that could do it all than to keep a piece of equipment that did 1/3 of it or 2/3 of it, and then we'd still got to do something else with it. It was nice to use that, but it enabled us to grow a little bit. I mean, we've got 2 tractors instead of 1 now. Yeah, fertilizer, very rudiments of things. There is one, yeah, that is true. Let's have a bit of fun. Yeah, this session. Next session it's going to be all loading, and I mean, yeah, we're going to earn some money from, which is good. But yeah, I loaded a few things in yesterday, things that we are going to need, like rollers and stuff like that. So let's see if I can see. Yeah, see the green blob? That's me. Right, yes, and now I believe it was rollers. I hope I've ticked it, otherwise this will be a very quick. Yeah, that's an unofficial. That's the last unofficial mod I've got. Now that would do the job, but I'm trying to use. I haven't. I've not ticked the boxes as I came in. Okay, that means I won't have hit them all. So do you know what? I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to do this because it is just to have a bit of fun to wind down. Right. Yes, here we are. The lizard roller. 3 with attachers. And then, which would mean we want 2 without. I think that's correct. I'm sure that's right. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, should we go for colour? No, let's keep it realistic. 2, 3, and then 2 without. Right, now that should make up a nice sized roller that didn't cost us an arm and a leg. And this is the beauty of this type of thing, is if you've got land that's joined, like this set of land is going to be sort of joined, the fields are obviously going to be separate, but it's going to be joined, then we can actually join these together and just leave them. And this is what I've done on quite a few Let's Plays. When you've got to have the cheaper rollers, Yeah, I think just leave them on like a bit of the land here that we've owned plenty of patches, so we can just leave them here, or actually there's loads here, just yeah, strewn out. So rollers was the one thing. Now then, sprayer, but we can't afford a stupendous sprayer. So what I thought was I'd go for the little 9-meter John Deere. It's or should we go for the because we're going to be eventually big. But then, yeah, I always have this dilemma, always, when I go for sprayers. The cheapest one is that one there, the John Deere 250, 9-meter. And then the next one is double, and it's the Pilmit, which is that, yeah, also, this is all the unofficial mod. There's nothing that fits this category. No, I have, yeah. It says it's 18-meter and it's 16,000 or nearly 17, and then you've got for 21, you've got that for 26, and then that, and this one for 21, which 22. That's right, the Deltis, and that's a 21-meter. And then I always start to debate with myself, yeah, but then if you're going to go for that for 4 or 5 grand, and they end up buying my favourite little one, which is the Ixter. Yeah, for 26, but really this time when you look at our money, it's seriously 22 is, do we need, is it something we could, I think we really do. I'd seriously think for once, why do I always do that? I always forget. Yeah, let's go with our first instinct. Let's go with the little 9-meter. I think. Do we go for the Pilmit? 5 versus, it's 3 times as much, isn't it? Nearly. It's not quite. I think we will manage nicely with this for a little while. Does the colour cost us? No, it doesn't. You know, I like the green and the black, and I'm going to keep it the John Deere colour. So the black tank and the yellow wheels. Yeah, we're going to do that. 5,850. Yes, it's little. But at least we've got a good range of stuff. We've got a really good. We've got that for windrowing. Yes, we've got no baling equipment, but we're not ready for baling yet. And we have, yeah, as I said, we really have got to. I mean, I didn't need to do this now, but I did want to get the basics going for us. Oh, they're nicer looking than I thought, actually. Yeah, really are very nice looking. Yeah, so we've got our roller. For knocking those stones down, because I don't think the big stones, they look, I always do this. Yeah, let's look, because that's one thing we can look for. Yeah, I did notice this piece of equipment, the LM. Hang on, please don't tell me I've got 2 of those now. That I bought one that, oh, seriously, oh. Oh dear, now that I didn't realise. I did see a piece of equipment in our garage, but I really didn't see that we'd got 2 of them. Oh, we haven't. It's not ours. Perhaps you have to buy the land for that to appear, but there's definitely one on there that, I mean, I think we do own a fork truck though, don't we? Or is that again like the same? Ah, no it's not. Okay, well that is interesting. But there is one on the map, so I thought it was ours, but it's obviously, yeah, when you look closer on the map, Giants have done what I often do, which is, but it doesn't appear in your things. Yeah. Or is it that it can't show you that you, oh, I don't know, because that's definitely 2 LM841s, definitely. But then it's also the DR631, and we don't have one of those in our books. So yeah, I think it is. Do I? No, so it's not ours. That's all. It's a bit confusing when you see vehicles on the map when you used to not seeing vehicles on the map. That as only you see your vehicles. Right. Anyway, yeah, I'm waffling and wasting time. Yeah, so we've got the rudiments. We've got a mean to seed it. I realised I could have done. There's lots of seeders I could have chosen. I wanted to have a go with this one. I don't always use exactly the same old stuff, really. So I thought, well, this does everything. I can use, yeah, field cultivator mod, and also use that cultivator. Yes, it's going to throw upsides down, but it did it all in one. Yes, it's always a little faffy. It doesn't look perfectly. Got to go over a little bit with the seeder and lift the cultivator just to do. It always leaves little tiny ridge lines, but we did it. It's still definitely quicker than having to go over this field 3 or 4 times with different implements. So it's worth a bit of faffiness. But I'm well chuffed with it that we've got one field, and it's 3/4 of the way through March. We may, and I doubt it though, to be honest, there's that much wood strewn around now. It's a matter of, yeah, I think we're aiming for the back end to do anything else. I'm going to leave it there though. I think we've got the rudiment. So we've got a basic sprayer, we've got our fertilizer and lime. We've got the fertilizer and the lime, so we can do everything. Did I buy a? I didn't. No, that's something we'll do. We'll call the shop and we'll. Did I get a herbicide? I thought I did. I'm sure, could have sworn I did. If not, we should rectify this now. But I thought I had. No, I hadn't. I just thought about it. That's right. I think I had a bit of a route around to see if I could find any cheaper alternatives, but there aren't. I couldn't find anything. They're all pretty much of a muchness. So, yeah, pallets. We'll go for that herbicide, and we will indeed buy one. So there we go. We have got everything to keep us going for a little while. Yeah, all farming stuff. Yeah, we've not got a mulcher. Again, if there's any hits I'm going to take, it's the little tiny ones. I mean, the rollers, I don't always roll, but it's nice to do so. So yeah, we'll have even got the roller, and also that pushes the stones in, which apparently, I know in real life it's supposed to alter yield. I don't know if in Farm Simulator it does or not, but it again, we're supposed to be simulating farming, so that's what we're going to do. Lovely. This is a fairly level field. I'm quite pleased with this. Let's have a bit of a survey of our land. Just one last thing, just a bit of a run over to see what we've actually got. Yeah, this is the field, the little thin field. I'm not sure whether this is classed as grass, and I would not know until we actually started to mow. It looks weird. It's a strange texture, so I suspect not. But we can actually seed grass, obviously, so we could plough this along the edge. We own all of this up to this point and make a nice grass field. Then we would need mowers, admittedly, but I would imagine by the time we've sold some of this wood and cleared the very land that we need to be ripping up, that we can probably afford a mower and a reasonable baler if something doesn't come up in the sales while we're working on all this. So yeah, up to here is about where it stays nice, and then there is a rock and that here that marks that. I say giants have been someone's designed this with a meticulous eye, truthfully. So there's that field there. It is America. Yeah, I do. My first instinct was, yeah, this isn't our field. It's up to about here. Yeah, I was sugarcane. I did want to do sugarcane, but I suppose we could do grass as a cover crop to begin with, and then change it to sugarcane perhaps next year, because have we missed the boat? Wrong one. Let's have a look. When is sugarcane? This month or next month? Are there any cheap planters that are? Well, it doesn't really matter that it's no-till, does it really? I'm not sure if anything else will work with this, or it may work and it might just not do the pipes. So let's have a quick look, because it's a seed thing with a cultivator, so it would work with a normal. It's got to be up to 4.5 meters. Let's have a quick look while it would be nice to hit the ground running. And yeah, not to be too expensive either. Yeah, I am looking in the right place. It's very reasonable actually, the Falcon 3. Let's see, there are a couple of... there is actually the Noli. Because again, it's the problem with the Noli, I'm not sure how big it is, but does it matter that it's slightly bigger though? That's bigger. The John Deere Flex planter. Well, that is a no-till. Although obviously we've got the problem of we're creating fields as we go, so yeah, it really is quite useful if we did that, in which case it would be... How big is the Noli? 5.6 meters, so that's not going to have too much of an overlap, and it doesn't seed in an area that's already seeded. So the bottom line is we could use the Noli, and that is, you do not get much more reasonable than that. Yeah, It is an option. The tempo, of course, is perfect because it's 4.5 meters and it's got storage as well, but it is a lot more expensive. That's 3 times the price. It wouldn't matter about the 600 litre storage because we would... Go on, let's go for it. And we are going to keep it as it is. Oh, yeah, actually, let's go and do that. But we are going to need the other tractor. It's going to need the front 3-point link. Yeah, I mean we have got some forestry gear as well. You know, literally the wheel loader. That is going to be very useful for loading and everything. Yeah, I mean we've got this decent tractor out of the, and then of course we've righted the wrong and actually bought the tractor that did work with the front 3-point link. Oh, that's a point. Noli's not very much horsepower. That's got a front 3-point link. I'm forgetting. I just as I realised then, as I sort of thought, it would be nice to... I would have stuck with this as well. It really wasn't a stunt, that wasn't. Hence my annoyance that I'd actually got it wrong. Right, let's stick that on the front. I'm not sure what the... Yeah, I'm not sure what the horsepower... I think it was only just on it, this. But we shall see. I don't mind running a tractor... Oh. Yeah, that was the only other thing, was how low this was. I did say that. No, I think we might get away with it. Ooh, he says, is he? Yeah. Need to move something out of the way. Yeah, it is nice to wind down. It's been all bash, bash, bash. Always get my angles wrong. Fine, let's do this properly. Let's just run it across. It's the rollers. They're the white elephants in the room, really. I do realise this, but yeah. Oh, I should have filled that up, shouldn't I? Right, let's get the WMXL. Yeah, we will get this shifted. I'll make these rollers up. I will try on camera, not this time, not today, but we will. Let's get this, the WMXL out of the way. And we could be clever this time, and yeah, this is... You can actually have a weight on this, which also is not a bad thing if you are going to be using this type of contraption, which is the legitimate... I love the fact it's got... obviously there's no weight in it at the minute, but... Oh, there is actually. What are we to... For realism, unfold. No, that's the trouble. You can't bring the wheels down without... Right, we want to be... It's fertiliser. No, wrong one. I would have thought I wanted to... Ah. Is that not sense in that? Ah, too high. Love this. It's absolutely a monster. This would be like the Amazon that I saw in real life. Amazing. Yeah, I could. Yeah, 3 of these I would attempt. We don't need this many though. Not for what we. This should do quite a bit. Yeah. So there's. It looks like then there's no normal contracts. We will have a go at the contracts. It's a shame not to come on a new map and literally take some of the new sort of features. Or do we concentrate on our farm? No, I think we'll do a bit. It's more about, yeah, showing off the map. Oh, let's lift that. Yeah, showing off the map and that to everybody. That's why I came on this. I've got enough Let's Plays. I didn't want to do another one. But I thought, you know, I'm not being funny with the subscribers and the viewers stick with you. Let's just, you know, let's just show them. Yeah, it is. It's my way of saying thank you for sticking with me. Let's go the whole hog. Right, now then, let's get the Noli. I think we've probably just about made enough room now. It says. Surprising sometimes how it doesn't work how you think. Right, so Noli. It's the only thing I would love it if you could change the colour. That it's really not a deal breaker. Smashing, excellent job. Let's fill it as well with seeds, and we may as well fill this as well. Yeah. Obviously, the knoll is going to be bigger, but then the seeds won't go in ground that isn't prepared anyway, so it's not really going to matter. Ooh. I do that. Ah, it's one of those that auto sensors, you see. Excellent. Wow. Yeah, I'm hoping we don't see the spillage from these. Certain things, what did I... Oh, the samurai. When you use the samurai with the... yeah, it does sense it, that's good. Oh, I'm being a wally. Since when can you do sugar cane with... yeah, do you know, I think we're going to do... Yeah, well, do you know what we're going to do then? I'll do... as I'm going to... Yeah, well, it is true. I've totally stuffed up the sugarcane planter. It's specialist, Mr. Smith. I will do it, though. I would like to do that on this. It's ages since I think it is whole better on the original one. What shall we do, then? It's got to be a small... A small... No, it's always... No. Sugar beets? No, because then I need specialist. Oh, hang on a minute though. Hang on. Isn't there a small sugar beet harvester now? I'm sure there is. That little tiny one that I said didn't work, but it actually does. I think, yeah, that one there. It's small, but it is a harvester. The mini. We don't need to buy it now though, but yeah, I think we do. So let's go sugar beet. We'll have a small field of sugar beet because it's a good yield. We'll do that on the thin strip because we can do it now. I think. Let's just check because I wasn't actually going for sugar beets at all, was I? I was, yeah, sugar cane was what I was looking for. Sugar beet is still now, so fantastic. We can do sugar beet. Do we? No, not cotton. I'd love to do a cotton, but only if we've got enough sort of big fields to make it worthwhile, where you did an entire plant of all of your fields with... Yeah, you've got to make the harvester leasing worthwhile, haven't you? So we're down to 56,000, but we've got planters, seeders, plough, sort of... Yeah, we can plough with the cultivator. It's a bit cheeky, I know, but yeah, we've got rollers, we've got a small sprayer, windrower. So the basics, we haven't got any kind of grass equipment at all, but then we've not got any grass at present. So yeah, everything's good. 56,197, and we've also got all of the stuff we need, all the fertilizer, lime, and all that type of stuff. We will get it off the shop front though in time. Although yeah, we've got bigger things to worry about at the minute. I'm going to make these up though next session because they're going to get in the way of the lorry getting to the yeah. Sawmill, no, the sell point. Oh, it is a sawmill. Yeah, also I would like to feature that. Trouble is we are so close with having this sort of thing to the sell points, but there is the getting the wood onto... perhaps that's where the contract's going to come in. Oh, this is where I have to be careful. Yeah, it's... Oh, wow. Why did you do that? I didn't do that wrong. Wow. It's because it's uneven ground. Still my fault. Yeah, it's always I have to try and work out when it's got a front 3-point link where the icon is, because obviously the 3-point link is also a detachable. So I wonder if we can put the weight on this as well. Anyway, there we go. That is another session done. It is. I am still wondering whether now this is the point where we leave this as the pilot and see how things go and see what people... Yeah, leave it for a few comments from you viewers, as I welcome always. So yeah, I'd love to hear from yourselves on what your thoughts are as to this, as to how we progress or whatever. Yeah, and on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope that you stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.